Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Love of Biology. Today we are going to learn about the water. And we know that all the living organisms they require water more than any other substance for their survival. Most cells are surrounded by the water and the cells themselves contains 70 to 95% of the water. So we know that they are filled with the cytoplasm, nothing with the water. The water molecule, it is a polar molecule, that is the opposite ends have the opposite charges. Polarity allows water molecules to form hydrogen bonds with each other. So it will form hydrogen bonds with each other because of their polarity. So here you can see the molecule hydrogen bonds with the oxygen, the polar water molecule. So properties of the water molecule, first property is the cohesive behavior, ability to moderate the temperature, expansion upon freezing, versatility as a solvent. So solvent, of course, always the water. So let us discuss one by one. The first property, that is cohesive behavior, that is the water will have the cohesion and adhesion properties. So what is this cohesion actually? So hydrogen bonds hold water molecules together, right? So that is a cohesion. It helps the transport of water against the gravity in the plant. So water movement takes place in pipes or in plants. So this cohesion, the hydrogen bond formation, and also adhesion, that is attraction between the different substances. For example, water will bind with the plant cell wall to move upward to the other material, yes, no other than the hydrogens or other water molecules. So if water will binds together, that is cohesion. If it bind with other molecules like cell walls or cell membranes, that is the adhesion. So surface tension, it is a measure of how hard it is to break the surface of a water. Surface tension is related to the cohesion actually. So the surface of the water, if we break, that is the surface tension. Water absorbs heat from the warmer area and releases stored heat to cooler area, that is a moderation of the temperature takes place by the water. Water can absorb or release a large amount of heat with only a slight change in its temperature. So next, heat and temperature. Kinetic energy is the energy of the motion. We know very well about it. And heat, it is a measure of the total amount of the kinetic energy due to molecular motion. Temperature measures the intensity of the heat due to the average kinetic energy of the molecules. The Celsius scale is a measure of the temperature using the Celsius degrees. A calorie is the amount of the heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by the 1 degree centigrade or calories. So the calorie on food packages are actually kilocalories, where 1 kilocalorie is equals to 1000 calories. The joule is another unit of the energy, where 1 joule is equals to 0.239 calories. The specific heat of a substance is the amount of the heat that must be absorbed or lost for 1 gram of that substance to change its temperature by 1 degree centigrade. The specific heat of water is 1 calorie per gram or degree. So water resists changing its temperature because of its high specific heat. So this is another property. So water will have the higher specific heat. So that's why it will change its temperature. It resists changing its temperature. So actually, water's high specific heat can be traced to hydrogen bonding. Heat is absorbed when hydrogen bonds will break. Heat is released when hydrogen bonds will form, that is making. The high specific heat of water minimizes the temperature fluctuations to within limits that permit the life. So this specific heat of the water will minimizes the temperature fluctuations to which the within the limits that permits the life. Evaporation is transformation of a substance from liquid to the gas. So then heat of vaporization is the heat a liquid must absorb for 1 gram to be converted to the gas. So then what about the evaporative cooling? Let us see. As a liquid evaporates, its remaining surface cools. That is a process called evaporative cooling. Evaporative cooling of water helps stabilize temperatures in the organisms and bodies of the water. So this is the evaporative cooling. So which will cool the surfaces and also stabilizes the temperature in the living organisms and bodies of the, that is water bodies also. So floating ice. Ice floats in the liquid water because hydrogen bonds in the ice are more ordered, making ice less dense. Water reaches its greatest density at 4 degrees centigrade. If ice sank, all bodies of the water would eventually freeze solid, making life impossible on the earth. So, a floating ice, which is in an ordered form, if it sinks, all bodies will eventually freeze. So that's why here you can see the solid and the liquid water bodies. So in the liquid form they are not very strong. So this is about the properties. Next, solvent. Of course, water is the solvent. We will discuss in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.